Stop the cap.
Prioritize are the things you just laid out. They want a woman who is accommodating to them. They want a woman who, especially more successful men, they want a woman that when they say, hey, yo, I'm going to the south of France for 2 weeks, pack your bag, let's go. Let me tell you what they don't want to hear, Lauren. Oh, I got to go to L.A. to shoot Judge Eboni for 3 days. Oh, I got to go be at a conference in Florida for black women attorneys gathering. Oh, I got to go to sorority thing.
This sounds like based on a true story.
It's all based on true story. I wouldn't lie.
Charlamagne, shut up. Let these women talk, please.
Right.
What's good with you, baby? Welcome to the Don Nicoleon Show.
What's going on? I'm sorry I wasn't able to get in a little earlier.
No, it's okay.
Okay. You all over the place today. I'm way lost in the religion thing, so I didn't have anything to say about that. I'll wait till you get into something more that I can relate to.
We're talking about male and female. Can you relate to that?
Okay. Yeah, I can relate to that. Let me see. I don't know where we left off yesterday, but I want to say this, and then you all can, jump in and scratch and kill and everything else. But this is primarily, I think, what I was trying to come from. I'm listening to you guys, and what I hear is this: black women are looking for black men to be in positions of responsibility, not in positions of leadership. Okay, and I think where the disconnect is coming is that men who are responsible. If I'm held responsible and I'm held accountable, then naturally, anything that I'm held accountable or responsible, or that I'm responsible for, I will make the decision on. You can't hold me accountable for anything or make me responsible for anything that I didn't design and execute. I mean, if that's the case, everybody would do that. They can go out and make mistakes and then blame it on someone else. So I'm saying that as a man, the way I was taught, and I've listened to you all say, you all came up in households where women ran the household, and I heard this yesterday, where women ran the household, but they had a problem getting men to do the right thing. I came up in similar situations like that. I saw that in my family, don't get me wrong, but the one thing that I was taught coming up was the reason women were running things is because men simply were not doing what they were supposed to do. Not because men weren't there helping, but because simply men were not doing what they were supposed to do across the board. So that told me, as a young man, you have to get yourself together, get yourself established, and then you bring a woman into it or a wife into it. You don't put the cart before the horse, in other words, because putting the cart before the horse will result in the problems that we have today.
Right. Fireliner says she got that from you yesterday, that what you sound like you need is a subservient woman.
Well, here's the thing.
Prioritize are the things you just laid out. They want a woman who is accommodating to them. They want a woman who, especially more successful men, they want a woman that when they say, hey, yo, I'm going to the south of France for 2 weeks, pack your bag, let's go. Let me tell you what they don't want to hear, Lauren. Oh, I got to go to L.A. to shoot Judge Eboni for 3 days. Oh, I got to go be at a conference in Florida for black women attorneys gathering. Oh, I got to go to sorority thing.
This sounds like based on a true story.
It's all based on true story. I wouldn't lie.
I was listening to I went back and listened to the show yesterday, and I was listening to you, Don, and it was like when we were talking about the whole Tokyo thing. So the thing I was trying to get women to understand was this. When you were saying, how come two people of equal standing don't work out? Because what I was saying is this. When I'm sent to Tokyo, you're my wife, you're going.
Especially more successful men. They want a woman that when they say, hey, yo, I'm going to the south of France for 2 weeks, pack your bag, let's go. Let me tell you what they don't want to hear, Lauren. Oh, I got to go to L.A. to shoot Judge Eboni for 3 days.
Okay, if you like you were saying, you don't like Tokyo, you don't like Japan, so you can go ahead and go. Where's the unity in that? They're not asking me. They're telling me, I have orders. I have to be there. You are going as well.
Right, we get all that.
Right, that's all I was saying. And the whole disconnect is when you come across women who are equally established. They have their own thing going on, too. Those two people are not going to be able to work anything out.
I think they will.
Well, here's what I'm saying.
Because my husband and
here's what I'm saying.
See, here's the difference, okay? Here's what, because it will work, but it's just with an overstanding.
Okay.
You understand? When you find who you are in the relationship, you automatically assumes the position. So if both of them are as busy, you know what I'm saying, or as important to life, and what matters is business or upbringing and all of that, if both are, then it's an equal share in both of their existence together, be it in their own work that they do. It's an equal share.
Okay.
My husband shares his work with me. I share my input on what can work for him in his work.
Okay.
The same thing, and vice versa. This is how we do it. We're on totally different opposite scales of business, but yet we come together and we still work on each other's business together.
Stop the
I
cap.
have to put this on record. I run my family. I'm just going to come out and say that shit. I run my shit. I run my family. I run my family. My husband is the extension of running the family, but I run my family.
Okay.
When it comes to decisions, I have the last say so.
Okay, Don. So you asked me yesterday, what happened?
I have the first say so.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying.
last.
You asked. Okay.
So
I'm not saying that all men. Don't get me wrong. I don't want anybody to be confused into thinking that I'm suggesting that all men know what they're doing. I'm not saying that all men have good leadership skills or even know where they're going. I'm not saying all men. What I am saying though specifically is that when you come across, like you said, headstrong women who may have some degree of a foundation established or not, men who are taught to do the right thing do not recognize women as the rock in the foundation. They are. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah, because I'm a very headstrong woman, and I've been headstrong since the day I was born. Even my father couldn't. Even my father couldn't get to me. No man can get to me.
Okay, so
you know what I'm saying? And I understand what that means because now here's the question: what if it's a headstrong woman?
Then you go back to what I said yesterday.
You just said the problem.
In other words,
I have to stop. Men who are raised don't think that women are.
Let me say this. I have to put this on record. I run my family. I'm just going to come out and say that shit. I run my shit. I run my family. I run my family. My husband is the extension of running the family, but I run my family.
Okay.
When it comes to decisions, I have the last say so.
Okay, Don. So you asked me yesterday, what happened?
I have the first say so.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. You asked me yesterday, what does a man do when he comes across that woman? And I told you, he stops his pursuit and he has to pursue someone else.
No, that nigga falls in line.
Pardon me?
Like a grown-ass man who sees the benefit of the situation falls in line. He assumes his position. He becomes the king of the fucking household.
Men do not become kings in other people's castles. Okay.
The same thing. You know what I'm saying? My life consists of long hours, and so does his. Some days I don't see my husband until 3 days. You know what I'm saying? 3 days have gone by. You understand? Sometimes he don't see me for 3 days. You understand?
Okay.
But it's still because we're so busy, and our foundation, we glued our foundation together. Does that make sense?
No, I'm with you on that. But what I'm trying to say is this: I don't see where. That's why I use the analogy of Tokyo. Okay, I did that specifically for a reason. I mean, number one, it happened to me. But what I'm saying is,
but let's talk about because it happened to you now. Because remember, we're talking about another type of woman. There was a woman. No, correct me if I'm wrong, because we got to figure this thing out. Because we're talking about an absentee woman right now, where you're just the only one present. Because it happened to you. So let me ask you this, okay? Did the woman have her own foundation?
It wasn't enough, in my opinion, to
okay, so wait, chill, John Lee. So the answer is no, correct?
The answer is no.
Okay, and because it's a no, you felt that she could give up whatever wasn't enough for you and come to Tokyo with you.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
Okay. Now here's the catch-22 in that, Captain.
Okay.
Is that because you felt what she had wasn't standard to you, is the reason why you couldn't overstand that she couldn't go.
Well, but here's the thing. That's why I brought it to you. And if you go back and listen to the show, you'll hear. It's right in there. First, you said, First it was, I'm going to pack your bags and you can go on ahead and go to Japan. And now this is my attitude. I'm like, no, I'm not packing my bags and going to Japan without you. We are together. You are
right,
going to
but
Japan.
you stressed, though, Captain. You stressed that the job says, nigga, you going. Did he not stress that yesterday, Jolly? The job said, I'm going. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I got to go to Tokyo.
Don, listen.
He just said today that he's been told to go to Tokyo. So because he got told nigga to go to Tokyo, you going to motherfucking
you
Tokyo
are going
too?
Listen.
That's what he just said.
Listen, now, by the same
conviction.
token, let's say that I wasn't told to go to Tokyo. Let's say that my business carried me to Tokyo. Let's say I'm running the business and there's a new opportunity in Tokyo. You are my wife. You are going with me.
But why don't he just go and she could stay home? That's a business trip.
No, it's not a business trip. I'm going to be there a year, okay?
Right, but see, the thing, here's where Captain is at.
So she
the chick didn't have as much anyway, according to him. She had nothing. So all she could do, according to him, was to pack up and go because she had nothing. My husband and I, we get in the same conversations because. The company wants him to leave and to move into the city where he spends most of his time at, and every fucking year the nigga come to me and be like, I saw some houses down there. I'm like, what, nigga, I ain't going.
Prioritize are the things you just laid out. They want a woman who is accommodating to them. They want a woman who, especially more successful men, they want a woman that when they say, hey, yo, I'm going to the south of France for 2 weeks, pack your bag, let's go. Let me tell you what they don't want to hear, Lauren. Oh, I got to go to L.A. to shoot Judge Eboni for 3 days. Oh, I got to go be at a conference in Florida for black women attorneys gathering. Oh, I got to go to sorority thing.
This sounds like based on a true story.
It's all based on true story. I wouldn't lie.
Charlamagne, shut up. Let these women talk, please.
Listen to what I'm saying, please.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm the woman now. I'm talking as the chick, the absent chick, because I know what you're talking about, sweetheart. My husband says the same thing. My husband believes that if we pack up and go to a town or to a city or state where the fuck he's getting that check from, he believes that it's like in a man's mind that the wife and children should uproot and leave as well.
Right. I mean, now don't get me wrong. If it's short term, of course not. I'm saying if it's something short term, no, that would be out of the question. But I'm saying anything long term, I would say 6 months or better. Your family should.
Yeah, but nothing is indefinite. So you could be there for 3 weeks and have to bring your ass back.
Well,
that's why I'm with you, Captain.
Wait,
I'm with you, Captain, because that's the same thing with my husband. This motherfucker would come bring me pictures of homes and shit. I'm like, you might as well get that shit out my fucking face.
Okay, but here's
you might as well get the shit out my fucking. I ain't leaving. I'm not going to that motherfucking town.
Okay,
what happens later? He gets a contract, a 2-year contract with them niggas. The contract is null and void within a year. And now what?
Okay, but here's what I'm saying. But remember, the whole. at least I thought. The purpose of the conversation was to understand the disconnect. What I stated was women will avoid, listen to just the things that I've said. There are many women listening to this broadcast right now that would say, I cannot deal with that. But I am responsible. I am there. I'm the guy. I'm him. I did it. I'm the guy. But I can't deal with that aspect of following him. That's what I was trying to say all along.
No, I don't think it's her dealing with the fact that she can't follow him.
Okay.
The thing about it is, let me tell y'all this, okay? One thing that men hasn't, again, you got to study the woman. A woman is like a cat. They don't like to be moved from place to place. They don't like that shit. I'm telling you now, okay?
I understand
we don't like to be. We don't like.
Listen. You don't understand. Just shut up and listen.
I want you to understand the way women are.
Okay, go ahead.
For one, so you'll understand it has nothing to do with leadership or following.
Okay,
it's the fact that when a woman has planted her foot solid in a place, whether it's with you or not, is that an abruptly move based on finances and all of that is because she's like a cat. She doesn't like to move.
Okay.
She doesn't like to unless she's guided to move the family on her own.
Let
me say this. I have to put this on record. I run my family. I'm just going to come out and say that shit. I run my shit. I run my family. I run my family. My husband is the extension of running the family, but I run my family.
Okay.
When it comes to decisions, I have the last say so.
Okay, Don. So you asked me yesterday, what happened?
I have the first say so.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying.
You follow what I'm saying?
My
so it's
point,
a little bit.
Don, my point has always been you're picking men that you can do that with. Only a man that's not established could do that.
No, we're talking about established men, sweetheart. I want you to get unestablished niggas out your head for a minute, because all I know is established niggas. I don't even know an unestablished motherfucker. I want you to get unestablished niggas out your head for a minute, because all I know is established niggas. I don't even know an unestablished motherfucker. I want you to get that out your head, because I'm talking about established men. My husband is an established man. Let me say this. I have to put this on record. I run my family. I'm just going to come out and say that shit. I run my shit. I run my family. I run my family. My husband is the extension of running the family, but I run my family.
Okay.
When it comes to decisions, I have the last say so.
Okay, Don. So you asked me yesterday, what happened?
I have the first say so.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying.
Okay. And like I told you several times, my father is as well. Okay. His job picks up and go, and he has to go and stay his ass, whether it's in Maryland or New York, and my mom ain't leaving Atlanta. Okay? The only thing about it is, like I said, women don't like to fucking relocate. We're talking about stability, and I want you to understand that it has nothing to do with whether or not we would love to follow you. It's the only thing is that it's something in our nature that doesn't allow it, and that doesn't allow it. We like stability. If you ever had a conversation with a chick, she would tell you, I don't want to leave.
But you just
I don't want to leave.
You just said the only way you would want to move is if you could do it yourself.
I said if it is guided within that woman. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, to say, when that woman can hear shit, let me put that on record, hear shit that y'all can't hear, feel shit that y'all can't feel, sense shit that y'all can't sense. So when it's time to pick up, like when we move, it's because I got the feeling to move my family.
But that's what I'm done. Listen
and
to me.
And let me explain why is that? Because it's always a smooth transition.
Prioritize are the things you just laid out. They want a woman who is accommodating to them. They want a woman who, especially more successful men, they want a woman that when they say, hey, yo, I'm going to the south of France for 2 weeks, pack your bag, let's go. Let me tell you what they don't want to hear, Lauren. Oh, I got to go to LA to shoot Judge Eboni for 3 days. Oh, I got to go be at a conference in Florida for black women attorneys gathering. Oh, I got to go to sorority thing.
This sounds like based on a true story.
It's all based on true story. I wouldn't lie.
Charlamagne, shut up. Let these women talk, please.